Welcome to the Man United Agenda. Yes, I'm joined by Bath Time Dora, Mr. B, and everyone else in the comments. And Cookie as well is joining me as well. What a fantastic game. It's moments like this we love being a Man United fan. Mr. B, thank you for the watch along.
No. I'll tell you about it. But yeah, I didn't do a watch along. I would have been done, bro. I would have been done. But before the show goes on, I need to apologize to the missus. She was sleeping. I managed to keep my mouth shut for the whole game until Mainoo scored the goal. I thought it was a little yelp. She jumped up with a face like thunder. My son is laughing, saying, "Yes, Dad, you screamed down the whole house." So apologies, wifey. It wasn't intentional, but Mainoo brought out a side of me that I thought I had lost. So yeah, apologies. Sorry. Onward.
Oh wow. DK Wilson, the Fantastic Four. Yeah, Dora, you can be the Invisible Woman.
No.
I want to be the Invisible Woman. Sure.
You want to be the Human Torch.
No, you're not, BATHTIME.
Yeah.
You can't see me, and I'm a girl.
Mr. Bartime, one of us has to be the Thing. Maybe it should be you.
It's going to be you, Monday.
This is you, Monday. Okay, I'll be the Thing.
It's clobbering time. Bow. And we did clobber our Wolves today. Anyway, Guy, shall we go for some comments first? Or do we want to?
Yes, please.
Some comments. Big up to Big T. Shocking performance, he said. Worse than last one. Another 2 goals led, thrown away. We're wasteful. Thank God for McTominay and Mainoo. It's a result, but terrible performance. What a dramatic game, says Andrew Williams. Phew. I personally don't think it was a terrible performance, but we are spineless. Just knew we were going to give up the lead. Mainoo's goal was the happiest moment of my season. Welcome to our club. Big T saying here, when McTominay's goal went in, I had flashbacks of Ollie. Name me a better impact sub this season. Just shout out to Bath Time because he did talk about subs yesterday. Andrew Williams saying, such a funny game because we were in control, but we knew we were never safe. Then we just go out and pull it out. Mainoo, what a player. I'm just going to run through quickly. Big T, when you throw away 2 games, go lead and don't finish off the game, you have to label it terrible. Mainoo has prolonged Ten Hag's stay. With that goal at 3-3, I think he was gone. DK Wilson, how you doing? Crazy game. United could have easily won 6-3. Our keeper is awful. Andrew Williams, Dalot and Varane, shocking too. I don't know about that. DK Wilson saying, and that Wolves scored more than 1 goal is baffling. How they scored more than 1. Big up, Jeff. We're going to ask you a few questions as well. Wow, that match, we could have easily scored 7, but we're not clinical. And obviously the Fantastic Four, even Fantastic Four from Andrew Williams as well. Let's get into this. I want to start with the penalties because we just want to get this out of the way, don't we, Bath Time? 2 penalty shouts. Let's just name them. Guys, get ready in the comments to let me know what you think, especially Jeff as well. The first penalty was one given to Wolves. It was Casemiro, who's already on a yellow card. Was that a penalty? We all seen it. We've seen it in slow motion. We've seen it in normal play as well. I'm going to go around the panel and I just want a simple summary about whether that should be given. Not only I can understand the referee giving it at the time, but when it goes to VAR, how are they assessing it? Should it be a penalty? I'm saying yes, it was a penalty. He put his foot out. You shouldn't put your foot out in the box. You have to be really careful. He got used by Neto there. So I'm giving that as pen, but it's a cheap one. Bath Time, Mr. B and Endora, please.
Yeah, I think it was a penalty. Like there was a lot in the lead up to the goal, to that tackle that I didn't like. I think Casemiro was a little bit silly. Neto did him, and there wasn't the ref made an on-field decision. There wasn't anything from VAR to say if it was right or wrong. So the penalty was awarded, and I don't want us to be like victims about it. To be honest, like we did one against Wigan where Bruno did a similar thing.
Mr. B, you next.
Yeah, penalty, soft, but that's what they're giving him for. Don't dangle your foot. And it would have been nice if the referee if they'd given the referee the opportunity to change his mind. Maybe it would have set a precedent, but that's what it is at the moment. If you're in the box and you dangle your foot and a player touches it, said Bruno got his, but then Højlund didn't get his when he was wrestled to the ground a couple of weeks ago. So a bit of consistency, that's all I'm asking for. So definitely.
Before I move on to Dora, Mr. B, can you answer this? If Casemiro's was a penalty, why wasn't it a second yellow card? Can you just quickly clarify why not?
Because the referee knew it wasn't a penalty, but he had to give it. Does that make sense? He didn't want to compound the issue. He didn't want to compound.
Okay.
I don't
Well,
know. To me, it was, at first it wasn't. I really hate when VAR is checking it, or they're trying to, see if the ref, was wrong, and they put it in a slow motion, and it looks so much worse than it is. I really hate that. However, I don't know. They kind of, let it, the replays. He touched him, but I mean, Neto sold it. They thought it was a pen. Would I give it? No, but in the today, as Mr. B said, in today's Premier League, I would say, because the rest of the Europe isn't the same when it comes to refereeing. It's not the same. In Europe it's different. In England it's different. In Spain it's different. It obviously is. And knowing, someone said a really good thing in the comments. Wolves had a lot of mistakes against them when it comes to referees. Maybe they thought, okay, maybe this is the time to actually, set something straight. But it is what it is. He sold it. I think if this was Bruno or any other player, people would say that it was a pen. I believe it. It would. I mean, we would be happy about it, right? We wouldn't complain that much. But yeah, in today's rules, it is in my opinion. Would I give it? Absolutely not.
Okay, quick fire to everyone in the on the panel. Dora, I'm going to start with you. Penalty was a shocker, says Andrew Williams, but Bruno was similar a few games ago. Do you remember one Bruno? Yeah. Do you agree?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on. Bath time. No way was that a pen, says Andrew Williams. You have to not allow players to get away with that. Do you think that's an issue going forward about Neto sort of diving just by being kicked on his shin pad?
Look, he plays for it. I don't want to, it's a ref decision, isn't it? It's part of the game. Let's
move on. Wildlife Machine says not a pen, but Wolves get this one for all the other decisions to go against them, as Dora was saying earlier.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Mr. B, DK Wilson says that was not a pen. He barely touched him. It's true. Jeff saying here, PGMOL hates Casemiro. In 2024, it is a pen, very soft, he's saying here. And Jeff's a ref, remember that, guys. He knows what he's talking about. Matthew Bassett saying here, if we're going to be fair, looking at some of the decisions that haven't been given, you can really say it's a pen. Did anyone see Liverpool, Van Dijk yesterday? DK was exactly Andrew saying here. Exactly, Darius. For me, it's the same as Bruno. Both not pens. If you can remember, I called Bruno cheat then, and Neto cheated tonight. So fair enough. Let's go to the second penalty. I mean, wow. Mr. B, you're smiling. Do you know what we're going with here? Because you weren't here.
No. I want to hear this one. I know. But when
in
you said the second
game we played against Wolves, we had a big argument, didn't we, about Onana clearing out two players with a double punch.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So Martinez cleared one off the line today, but consequently, what's the name? Onana smacked Kilman in the face with a fist. Penalty for you?
No, the referee didn't give it. We have to go with the referee's decisions. No argument. No problem with it at all. Definitely not a penalty.
Can we have an argument, please? Here, does everyone agree, Mr. B? Or
no, not at all.
Okay.
He came out like the Hadoken in Street Fighter or whatever, and just absolutely went through Kilman. It was. I've got to say that, we've seen an amazing football match tonight that will live long in the memory. Like Mr. B, he exploded his house when Mainoo scored. I just fell on the floor. I was just exhausted. It was just face down in my bathtub. But the thing is that Onana, he just frightens me so much in every single action that he does. Terrifying. He's worse than the Slender Man, or something equally as scary, the Muller Rice yogurt advert used to scare me. But I mean, right, did you think it was a pen?
I didn't see it at first, but when I saw the replay, I thought, "Ooh, he done it again." Well, obviously, VAR did look at this, and it wasn't a pen. So I go along with what VAR saying, even though it does, it's a bit dodgy. All right, we finished with the penalties now and the controversy, because we know the result. Let's be positive about this result. We got 3 points today, and there's a couple of people in the comments yesterday when we asked for score prediction who said we wouldn't win. So I'm saying to you guys, boo. Andrew Williams, I think it was you who said that as well. Love you. How you doing? Yeah, we're going to come into this. We're going to talk about the players. Starting lineup, guys. Rashford played. Obviously, Rashford's been a big talking point all week because of his unprofessionalism. He started today, which is a big say. I don't know how Sancho would feel about that, but I like that decision. And he started really well, didn't he? Dora, we'll talk about the goal after, 3 minutes? I've got here, I think about 3 minutes. But Casemiro booked after 3 minutes, and then not long after that, Rashford scored. Can we, all four of us, just go and get through this goal and talk about it? Because it was a wonderful finish in the end, but it was the build-up.
Yeah, it was a great build-up. I think Dalot started it on the right side of the pitch. I'm watching it live, by the way. I'm reacting right now.
Just running commentary.
Yeah, Garnacho did well there to pass it back to Dalot. Mainoo did great in that. I like that. Casemiro was number 6. He was more in front. He was further up. He wasn't necessarily at number 6, right? He was more further up than Casemiro on the pitch, and he did well for this goal. I think he pulled away Totti, not Francesco Totti, but Wolverhampton Totti, and Dalot had an easy job of putting it into box to the runners. Bruno left it to Rashford, and Rashford did. No, it was to Højlund. Højlund passed it to Rashford, and Rashford placed it really well. Great goal, great build-up. I wish we play like this all the time. I would rather take this. You could see that this was, trained in the training ground. They went over it, and it was a really good goal. And as much as I disagreed with the fact that he was going to play today, because I don't think he deserved it, because I feel that everyone in the squad needs to be treated equally. He started and he scored a goal, and in that first half he played really well. In my opinion, I don't have any major complaints about him. So yeah, great team goal overall. I was really happy about it.
There's been a statement being made about Ten Hag. He has no style of play. Mr. B, after that first goal, I mean, can we dismiss that now? Have we starting to see something here that we can enjoy? A step over by Bruno, Haaland holding it up and popping it off for Rashford. I mean, come on, that was a beautiful goal, no?
It was a great goal, but we don't see enough of that on Monday. Everything has to start from somewhere. When Højlund got his goal, I said, look, it's a start. He needs to go on and improve. When Rashford got his goal the other day, I said he's got his first one now. He needs to carry on. So they're improving. Come the next game, if we see it again the next game, and the game after that, and the game after that, then I will say, yeah, we're starting to see a style of play. But having players back and being able to use all of our subs, regardless of what the score finished, I was happy with the starting lineup. I was happy with the subs when they were made. Well, yes, I say when they were made. I was happy with the players who came on the pitch, and that's what I want. He knows the first team, and everybody has a role in the team. So yeah, I don't know. I'm waffling. I'm waffling. I think sorry, I'm waffling. Sorry.
All right, bath time. Look, everyone's accused of not having a style of play. You've been really pleased with that goal because you've been talking so much. It do remind me of all the eye tests that we've done, everything else, and hopefully there'll be an eye test tomorrow, guys, or very soon about this game. Maybe a little animation about the goal, especially because I'd love to see that. But there's movement off the ball. There was Bruno instrumental in that as well. Haaland, even though I felt he struggled in the box to pass it off, he could have done something better himself. But don't you think that's something that's promising? Can't you give us something positive news about that goal, for example? It was brilliant.
Well, absolutely, because I think the thing that gets glossed over in that goal, there's two things. One, Dora brought it up, which was it's the importance of channel runners. Kobe Mainoo was absolutely fantastic, opening that space up for Garnacho by taking the wing back away. But I don't know if you remember how that goal came about. We pressed very hard, and we got their keeper to boot it out. And so it looked like elements of Ten Hag's style were coming together. And I can't lie, I was devastated by the lineup, but Mr. B and Dora had to put up with me whinging for about an hour about how ridiculous it was.
Yeah.
But I think that what we saw is we had lots of movement around the box, and even though I think that the players technically tonight they were making a lot of mistakes and they were under-hitting passes or taking poor touches, but you saw that that's what we can be. We saw Hoyland making early runs. We saw space being created, and that goal was just an example of if you do the basics and you work for each other, you'll get opportunities. And then it's the quality of Rashford there, because in the first half he genuinely looked like a superstar again. Delighted by it.
Big. I love it when you're positive. It makes me feel like there's a future's bright. When Bartime starts talking excited about what we're seeing. There's always elements no, he's so shrewd. He'd say something and say, "Oh God, Bartime, isn't it? Let's fix it. But yeah, that was beautiful. Just going on, just go answer a few comments here. Read a few out. Sorry. I'm convinced that Garnacho is better on the right because obviously he started on the right. Majority of the time he's on the right today, and Rashford on the left. Andrew is also saying, yes, no complaints with Marcus tonight. He also worked hard. Character, isn't it? After everything he's been through, he really showed that in the first half for sure. Love you, love. Love you, love you. We love you too. Says Anthony was kind of selfish in his play, and Eric Ten Hag is really terrible in his changing and is not good at all. I think he's talking about the subs and in-game management sort of thing. We get on to that. Big T saying here, if the style of play you're after is erratic, then Ten Hag's your man. Wolves were off it tonight. We lose tonight against any of the top 4 teams. There's a bit of negativity, but a bit of reality check from Big T as always. And Jeff saying here, we had several well-worked goals tonight. Yes, he's on it tonight. And Hydro, big up to Hydro, everyone. Big up to him. Vincent's in the comments. I'm going to read out Vincent's comment. I'm going to attempt to anyway. Hi, guys. We should have easily beat them 6 or 7-0 in the first half. Second half, we could have got another 3 goals, but there was no penalty. That was no penalty. And if you watch their goals, they're actually both own goals as well. Wildlife in the house, Wildlife Machine with that big crocodile in his profile picture. Why is Nana in the team using his foot or hand? He scares me every time he gets the ball. Big touch on that. Big unlucky Singh as well. All right, so we scored. We 1-0 up. We're playing really good football. I just want to say Martinez in the first half. I actually had to write this down. His defending or taking responsibility and running over, picking people up before they even got the ball, anticipating. I thought it was brilliant. And then Rashford and Rasmus was talking. Obviously, there's been a lot of speculation about them not getting on or Rashford not rating him. But today, did you just talk about that quickly? They had a brief conversation. Did you guys see that? Anyone want to take this up?
Yeah, definitely. I sent messages to everyone about this. Rashford started acting like a senior professional tonight on the pitch. He was helping Rasmus through the game. You're also right about Martinez, but I think that Martinez doesn't trust Onana, and I don't think that Varane does either. Yeah,
but it's good. It's good that they don't trust him, because if he trusted him, he wouldn't have expected him to miss the ball for the cross.
Yeah, I love Martinez, good stuff. But maybe we just need to send Rashford out once every 6 months for a big piss up in Ireland. Treat him like George Best. And he comes
do you think, all jokes aside, this first things first, there's 27 of you guys watching, man. Don't watch in silence. We say howdy to everybody. So if you don't want to say hi, look, just hit the like button. 27 dropped off. Thanks for that. If Rashford, I hope it's not guilt why he played how he played. I want him to do that again and again and again. I don't expect him to do every game till the end of the season, but I like the fact that our forwards are assisting each other. Those two especially, Hoyland and Rashford, they need to be working together. For me, that's the only way. They have to be. They're both. I mean, Hoyland is so fast. He is really, really, and he's a willing runner. He's not. I would say Rashford is a reluctant runner. Hoyland wants to close down, and the fact that he nearly got a goal running in and closing down. I think that maybe there's a level of respect now being earned amongst the players. Again, I still put it down to the fact that we're training, we've got longer time training and we're not training for specific games.
Do you think that Shaw might have helped Rashford this evening?
Yeah. I
Yes.
mean, he was overlapping. I didn't see him overlap, for months when he played. And he finally, uses that, old connection, as I would say, because both of them are at the club for a very long time. And they've been, they had some great games for Manchester United in the last few years. And it's like they kind of rekindled their, connection on that left side for those first two goals. Because as much as I don't like how Shaw is, passive, and I just don't rate him as other people rate him, because I always feel that he owes us something, because I feel that he is better than what he shows us on the pitch. Then you see those flashes of him, with his, speed, as I would say, or his attacking prowess and his crosses, which were deadly today for Wolverhampton in that first half. So kudos to them. It's obvious that, they work very well, but I need to see that more, because we see it for a few games and then they, disappear for the rest of the season. And I want this, as Mr. B says, I want this to be, consistent, and, I want to see it more, definitely.
Good point. Just going back to the Rashford and Rasmus conversation, I was really analysing it. I like my body language. And Rasmus had his head down. We didn't look him in the eye. Which, I don't know what, I think that's a respectful thing. So he's getting told, and I rate Rashford for that, but I think maybe he was doing it for the cameras. Maybe, because rarely you see that. There's a break and play, and that happened. Anyway, let's move on. We'll talk about one. Casemiro's back. One touch pass, get out his feet, popping it straight into Garnacho. He ran out of steam. He got caught up in the end, but I thought that was a lovely move by Casemiro. And then we scored the second goal. It was Rasmus. Hey, he doesn't make it easy. He doesn't like make it very clean, does he? His goals are really scrappy and dirty. But that's, I suppose, the strikers. That's what you need. Does anyone want to sort of commentate on this goal, or do you want me to start this off? Because Dello and Garnacho were linking up on the right. They switched to play to Rashford. There was an overlap, as Dora was saying, from the mighty Luke Shaw, and obviously squared it, or cut it back, as they say these days, where a lot of goals come from. And guess who was there getting in front of the defender? It was Rasmus. Guys, take it over.
I thought it was a great goal. I think it started with, Onana passing it to Dalot, who, I like to, it's not that I like to criticize Dalot, but, the fan base kind of falls back on him as a main, he's at fault for everything, because he turns off and, we kind of, start losing when that happens. But I think this season he's been really good for the most of it. I think he's one of our best players, and you can see that under Ten Hag, at least he understands his new role. It clearly, it clearly fits him quite well, and you can see that Onana sends the ball to him. And he just starts running, and he sees Garnacho. He passes it to him. He continues to run. Garnacho cuts in. He passes it to Rashford, who gives it to to Shaw. Shaw crosses it once again. Højlund is there to It was I always like to say it's kind of a sweaty goal, but I love those, because you could see that once again it is from a team play, and once again you could see that there is some kind of patterns of play, but I just wish we see it more. And you can see that there was an urgency in that first half. We played quite well. We will talk about it further in the show, but you could see it feels like all those stuff that was happening behind the scenes between Newport game and this game. You could see that either Ineos came, downstairs and said, you know what, you're all on the trial. You all need to play or you are out of the door. Because, I mean, if
you can go work for Ferrari.
I would love to. I actually,
yeah.
but it feels like something happened, like someone kicked them off their asses in that first half. And you know what? I was really happy with the way we played. So yeah, I just wish that we could kind of continue it in the second half. But when it comes to goal, it was a really great team goal. And once again, it shows that, you know, even though I don't like this squad, I wish half of them are gone. You could see that they're not bums. They can actually do it if they want to, and if they are, you know, how do you say, if they are led, you know, by the manager and the tactics and everything else. So yeah, great goal.
Bath time, Mr. B. I mean, talk about Holland. He's been under a lot of pressure this season, and he sometimes scrappy goals is how you do it. DK Wilson saying pure effort goal from Holland. I mean, if you try over and over again, eventually you're going to get on the end of things. It's like a little toe poke in the end, wasn't it? How happy are you guys for him? Does it change your mind at all seeing this and seeing a bit more positivity from scoring goals?
Yeah, for me, I once again I really like that goal, and I'll talk and like obviously like sort of Delo is quite a big part in it, but once again you can't ignore the run and the channel that gives him that space. Like doing that is so important. But like, look, I think was it DK Wilson that said it was an effort goal?
Yeah,
I mean that's the last 5 minutes. You know, the club's closing in 5 minutes. You've got to leave with something sort of goal. It didn't matter. Like,
it's always very good looking. Yeah,
yeah. It doesn't matter. They all count.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Good shout.
But like, I mean, Rasmus played a lot better than I've seen him tonight. Like, people will sort of say things like, "Oh, he got service and things." He actually made much better runs. His hold-up play still wasn't great, and he put us under a bit of pressure. Certainly in the second half. I'm not sure if the right move is to bring that Forsen chap on to then like be the outlet, because
can I say something? Does that position, does that show a lack of depth? Who else could he have played in that position?
No,
no idea.
It's considering who is on the bench, not many players there.
Yeah.
Guys, let's just go through a few comments because I want to keep you guys engaged. So, love you. Says, I just hate United style of players, especially the wingers. So not happy with the wing play. Subvids in the house. Subvids, don't forget, wait till the end of the show. You'll see Subvids video that he gave to us, the outro for us. So Subvids, we're really grateful for that. Marcus will do good for 5 games. Let's see him in 10. And that's from Andrew Williams. So still question marks about him, his motivation. Jeff saying Martinez does not trust Onana. Varane was mad. Onana didn't move for the ball. Varane deflected. We've got Jeff saying Rashford even attempted to defend, but he can't do it. But he tried. Okay, fair enough. That's good. Great to see Rashi tracking back from Subvids. Love you. Saying they've too easily released the ball to Holland. That will give us better win and also make other teams scared of us because the wingers have to really work together. Otherwise, we ain't going anywhere. Big T. McTominay's goal was a game changer to me. Without it, our heads drop. Mainoo doesn't score and we lose. Andrew Williams, I want to see Darius analyze the third goal in the eye test. I can't remember the third goal. Oh, maybe we can. Lucky Singh saying Casemiro, very good. Kobe, very good. Thumbs up from Lucky Singh. The Mainoo goal, he used the defenders to shield the goalkeeper's view. Sign of a class player. That's from Andrew Williams, no doubt, in the class comment. Question for the panel: is Rashford forgiven now for 1 goal, or do we need to see 10 goals over the remainder of the season? We've done enough Rashford chat over the last few days. Casemiro is brilliant, says Lucky Singh. I want to say hi to Pranay. Haven't seen him for a while, but you jumped on after that exciting game, and we're going to read out your comments. Mainoo is like an old head on young shoulders. You got a big up from one of the other commentators in the comments about that comment there. A great description of the young boy. Brilliant. Pure effort goal, as we said here. Andrew Williams again saying, Big T, I want him out regardless what he does. I do fancy him ending the season well. As soon as the heat's off, he will drift again. Talking about Rashford, obviously. And there you go. Mainoo, you're right about Mainoo. That's from DK Wilson. The question for the panel is about something that happened in Spanish football today. Obviously, Real Madrid must be playing Getafe. Read that there. We've got to touch on that. We've got exciting stuff to talk about here. The players should know that their team not playing individual game or for praise when we play as a team, we definitely win. There you go. It's simple. Hula never stopped working hard for the team. Mainoo outstanding to seal the win. Yeah, keep the comments coming in, guys. Really appreciate this. We're going to finish up this first half. First half for me was the best half I think we played all season. After the 2-0 up, Bruno had a free kick. Casemiro it was like a short.
Zanetti against
England. Almost like Zanetti against England, 98, with Varane playing at that.
Incredible.
Yeah, that was unlucky. But once again, I don't know, Casemiro is a master of winning headers or timing his runs. And then Varane shoots over the bar from close range. And then we had 2 offside goals in the first half as well. And there were high fives. I think Dalot steered the ball out. And there was a lot of high fives between Dalot, Varane, the goalkeeper as well, tried to get in on it, and Martinez. That's good, isn't it? So we talk about good things like that. That's a confidence builder. It was just a corner. I mean, he just stopped the corner, but he was getting enough props for it, wasn't he, guys?
Well, I actually felt that, like, I think I said we definitely need a third goal because Wolves did have quite a lot of pressure around our box, and they looked quite dangerous. Like both Varane and Kobe and Casemiro made quite important. They won important duels in that area, but I don't think anyone felt comfortable, did they, at 2-0? Like missing so many chances. I still think Bruno was trying to chip the keeper, Mr. B, instead of passing it to Garnacho.
Do you remember that chance where Garnacho was running central?
I remember it.
I think Bruno slipped. I think it was a mishit pass. I was saying to Bathtime at the time, because he was so public about Garnacho not passing, I just don't think he would have even contemplated not passing the ball to him. I just think it was a bad pass.
He did it in the second half, though. He tried, like, he knows Jose Sarr, and he tried to chip him in the second half instead of playing someone
from a direct free kick.
No, I think it was open play.
Okay.
I think you're thinking about it was a first half actually, because we were, driving through the goal. Garnacho was all alone on that right side. Bruno was on the left, and he went for it with his left, and it kind of looked like he slipped. I thought that he just misplaced the pass. I didn't think that he was going to trip. I think you think about that one, because I'm trying to remember the other instance. I know that he tried to chip the goalkeeper in that free kick in the second half. Was definitely that was a shot on goal. But I think you think about that chance in the first half, because we had a lot of chances. We should, as someone said in the comments, we should have been 5-0 up in that first half.
Agreed.
It was quite poor finishing from, and as you said, maybe it was you, Bedtime, that you kind of saw that it was a really good half, one of the probably the best in the whole season, but a lot of misplay, technical errors, misplayed passes. I thought Bruno was actually okay, and then as I thought about it, around 30th, 40th minute, he started to fumble a lot of important passes, and even the second half, I thought that his confidence kind of fell off with his passes, because he picked so many wrong passes in those. But we will talk about it a bit further.
Just a quick one. I just want to finish up with the first half, which I think was great. With all those chances we had, I'm thinking complacency. I'm thinking just a little, like you guys were saying about the chip and this kind of thing. We need to be more clinical. Like you say, we're a very good team. We could have been 5-0 up in the first half if we would have been on it and consistent with it. That's just saying it. All right, second half kicks off. Obviously, we had that penalty incident. First of all, the Butcher got booked, didn't he? And that was concerning, because at the point we had Casemiro and the Butcher being booked. And then the free kick, it was the Butcher who come and saved the day, didn't he? We're clearing off the line. And then Garnacho played in Rasmus Højlund, and he had his shot blocked, almost a point-blank range, and I thought he should have buried that. You've got to be a fox in the box and just somehow position your body. Just pop it in. He had chances. He could have got a brace tonight at least. And then
what, Armando, sorry, on that point with Højlund, I think he needs to learn different shooting techniques.
Yeah.
Power's the one he's confident with. I think he needs to learn how to use, like Martial. I like, he's finishing in front of goal. He's got the chip, he's got the all right, he can't blast it. Højlund's definitely got the power one. I think if he learns different varieties of finishing, I think that's going to improve him as well. Sorry.
I totally agree with you, Mr. B. That's so true. So true. And getting out of your feet and just popping it, even if it's toe it or whatever, different variety, no doubt about it.
I don't think he should have taken a touch as well. I think he should hit that first time. And there was also another time where Garnacho, it was in the first half, Garnacho still hasn't learned to cut across his man, like when he's in the box. Do you remember against Liverpool? Like he was through against Trent. And
he's too direct at times, yeah.
it's when you look at Rasmus and you look at Garnacho, all right, maybe they're not physically developed yet. You know, they're very young men, so they're still growing. But they both look unbalanced a lot of the time to me. And I felt that whenever like Rasmus was receiving in the box today, even for Rashford's goal and for where he didn't have like the variety of finishes Mr. B was talking about, I felt that his whole body position and things were wrong. I still think he's too concerned about the man rather than the ball or the space. And I really, really wish that I hope that we can see that changing as he gets more chances throughout the season. But the boy did well tonight. No doubt about that.
In the 67th minute, there was the penalty, and we talked about that already. We're not going to go over that again.
Yeah.
Put it down the middle. Good penalty. Brave as well, I'd say, to do that. And then obviously they're 2-1 up, and the manager makes changes now. And we said this about subs yesterday. It's surprising you talked about this. Everything seems to come in like a prophet. Bath time. Casemiro for McTominay and Anthony on for Rashford. Guys, talk about this substitution because I was a bit disappointed with Anthony for Rashford. I thought Rashford should have stayed on. But what's your thoughts on that, guys?
He's still in his system, innit?
Do you think that's punishment bringing off Rashford?
No, I don't. I think it's sensible.
Okay.
I think it's going to keep Rashford. He's probably come off thinking, "Why have you taken me off?" It might give him that hunger to earn his place back. You started, yeah. I think it was the right decision to start him. I wouldn't have started Anthony over Rashford, but the fact that he scored, he had a good game, and then he took him off. It means not saying it wasn't a slap on the wrist, exactly, but you know, you've done your bit. Now when you come back again, you want to play for the whole game, you have to do more. Maybe go that line away with him, you know, because he said, I'm happy. I'm glad he was taken off. I'm glad he didn't play the whole game.
So Dora, with the dynamics in midfield, what happened then, do you reckon, between you and Bath Time? Just discuss this for everyone in the comments and myself as well. When McTominay comes on for Casemiro, how does it set up then? What do we see from then on? With
if I'm not mistaken, I think that time. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think Mainoo became a number 6, or who was it? I think Mainoo kind of went back to the 6th position, and McTominay became like a box to box, a player who will come from the from the background, and he will jump on that cross. I would say, I don't know how to say. I know how to say it in Croatian. I don't know how to explain it to you. Like
we understand Croatian. Right?
Sorry, you understand?
We understand. Yeah.
Okay. Dotrči iz drugog plana i onda on zabije gol.
Couldn't agree more.
Couldn't agree more. All jokes aside, like that late player in the box, like the typical box to box, midfielder, and Bruno was like a number 10 or whatever. But I like you could see that he was further back. I agree with the sub of Casemiro because he was on a yellow. He was obviously gassed, guys. Like he was gassed after 5th minute of the game. Every time in the defense, you could see that he tried to defend, but he's always relying on those slight tackles. And I'm pulling my hair out because that's not how you defend, and he knows it, but he cannot stay in front of the Premier League midfielders because they're too fast for him. However, I like that he stayed disciplined, at least with not getting that 2nd yellow card. So it's good for that. But yeah, I thought that, that was kind of a change. The Rashford sub, I don't know. I thought that, it is what it is. Maybe Ten Hag felt that that we were losing a lot of control. Maybe he thought that putting Anthony in, the guy will, help his defenders and he will offer something in front of the goal. Of course, he didn't do it, especially on that left side, because he's useless, and we will talk about it more. But weird subs, especially the later ones when he put 2 center backs, and it was really strange for Ten Hag and how he wanted to settle in later in the game when we were kind of chasing the result after that equalizer from Wolverhampton.
And if you'd add to that, Bath time, about the setup in midfield, because
well, I'll talk about Rashford's sub first. So Wolves were playing like a 3-5 something or other, but they were having 3 at the back. What happens when you play against wing backs is you need to pin those wing backs back, or the pitch is open and you're doing a hell of a lot of running. Rashford, he's not brilliant defensively, but he put the work in tonight and he was really, really struggling. So Anthony was brought on because he's a bit better defensively. And he was also brought on the left. He did a weird slide tackle on the right at the end of the match, but he was primarily on the left. Now, Casemiro, in one of the funniest things I've seen for a while, him and his custard brother Shaw absolutely sandwiched someone in the first 2 minutes. Got a yellow. They bleed yellow, those boys. But he got a yellow for it, and then he concedes a penalty. So everyone knows the next thing he does, he's off. And in the second half, he also went to ground, where I think a more clued up player could have got him off there. But what we were doing with Mainoo, and I don't like this. I've seen Andrew's comments, and he's completely incorrect. I'm not a Mainoo hater at all. But what I'll tell you is Ten Hag isn't using Mainoo correctly, and it showed again tonight. Because in the first half, Mainoo passed the ball about 14 times, which is absolutely fine. That's what you get from Mount. That's what you get from McTominay. They're not meant to be on the ball in those positions. They're just meant to run the channels and apply the last touch, such as when he did it against Newport the other day. But I feel that it's a waste of Kobbie Mainoo because he's so good on the ball. And I want him in the team. I think that when you saw McTominay come on and play the same position, I'm not saying he's a better player than Kobbie Mainoo at all. What I'm saying is he's far better suited to that position where he gets up and down. And Mainoo really struggled in transitions. I think he scored a goal, and it was a brilliant goal. I mean, it's just outrageous what he did, dribbling the ball. But that's where he should be used, because I felt he had a poor game today up until then. Am I being unfair?
No, that's right. No, we'll get onto that. Because I just want to talk about McTominay's goal, because if we're talking about goals, the sub was made in the 72nd minute. 74 minutes, we scored. We've gone 3-1 up, and it's a good morning. Bam, header. Always head it down. Good morning. Bam. And the goalkeeper didn't even move. It was beautiful. And what can you say about McTominay that Bath Time hasn't said already, guys? Mr. B, I mean, I'm going to let you talk about this goal.
Look at their faces.
Mr. B, McTominay's goal. Good morning. Coming on the pitch and the celebration. How was it for you?
Look, I was happy he scored. He's just my Marmite. He's just the role that he plays off the bench is the role that I want him to play. That's it. If he's not starting the games, I don't have a problem with him. Be a squad player. He did his job. He came on. He scored his goal. That's what he's going to do. That is what he's going to do for us. I have no problem with him. As I said, it's just the role that he plays. Come on, do that job. My issue is, would Mount be better in the McTominay role than McTominay?
Well,
that's a question for you.
I don't think so. I'm once again, Mount has got more qualities than McTominay, but what McTominay has is he has lengthy running. He can drive up the pitch, and he's keen to get up the pitch. And for his goal, right? I was shocked that he scored that, because over the years, I'm a terrible goal scorer, and I've always noticed with strikers that they always seem to think the defender's going to get the ball. as it comes over. But McTominay positioned himself, and he did it with. He had a chance; it might have been offside from Johnny Evans as well. It's just a really rare skill that I haven't seen, that I certainly don't expect from a number 6 that most people think have been rubbish for years. But I think that McTominay's energy, his drive, and the fact that he's probably one of the best goal scorers at the club. I'm not sure Mount can give you that. What Mount can give you is more intelligent pressing and probably more quality in delivering like assists and stuff in the area. But once again, I thought that McTominay in the final third, like he played the ball at the correct time, and he's our only player that can carry the ball up the pitch. Like Casemiro and Mainoo, they don't have that running power to be able to take the ball and keep going at the defence, forcing them back. So as much as everyone hates McTominay, I'm hoping that people are beginning to see the qualities he brings and why channel runs and driving up the pitch are so important.
Can we, at the end of the season, I want to purchase a T-shirt with Tommy's face in it and hand it to Mr. B. What size do you want, Mr. B?
Don't let me cast.
Let's do some comments, guys. Hi, Joe. I haven't forgotten about you. I'm reading your comment now, and I will read every other comment you come with right now. Yes, 100% best half all season. We could have bagged 5, talking about the first half. Andrew Williams saying Casemiro is such a threat for set pieces. My God, he attacks the ball really, really well. Big shout. Hydro again saying it. We need to send Rashford back to Ireland for a few days. Dallo, we haven't seen Ahmad. A bit surprised about your speed would have been ideal as well. He's saying there. Regarding finishing, as Mr. B was saying about being a fox in the box and variety of scoring goals, Jota, that's who he needs to watch, says Big T. Shopping Solutions is in the house as well. We have a game Sunday. He needs to rest that front line. That's probably why the subs were made. Big up to United Philosophy. Guys, if you're not subscribed to United Philosophy, I don't know what you're doing. Part of it is our cousin from Ireland, Northern Ireland, that is. Belfast, maybe. Maybe he's got an inside scoop of what happened the other day. But go and subscribe to United Philosophy. He's been on the show many times, and he will continue to come on the show. A friend of ours, Gangster Talk, Adora. He says, evening, guys. Eventual night, to say the least. Eventful night, sorry. He's saying it, to say the least. Mainoo is generally one of the best all-round and hasn't been used in the best position. Halftime. Haaland still very raw, but improving. Shaw and the Butcher, underrated game. Andrew Williams saying Mainoo's going to be in the Euro squad. Southgate will pick him. Shaw, lot people hated, says Andrew. Not Andrew Williams. Andrew's Lucky Singh. DK Wilson. Andrew Singh. DK Wilson saying Ganacho Haaland, they lacked Socrates. They're awfully young to be playing in United in an era where criticism is instant in capital letters and too often way overboard. It's hard for youth to stay confident these days. Good point. Jeff saying here, do we all forgive Rashford and move on the panel in the chat? Yes, we do. Casemiro really pleased with his discipline. Andrew Williams. Pranay, you're back, says Eric Ten Hag on Mainoo. Last autumn, I saw him for the first time. Thought he was playing too comfortable in the 21s. Should be more dominant. We pushed him in training, make such a good progress. I hope he remains calm. That's a quote from the manager. Thanks for that, Brady. And big up to Blockman. He says Rashford has time to fall. So we put our finger to our lips and say, shush, all you people who were dissing him yesterday. United Philosophy says, Ten Hag game management non-existent. Brings Evans and Maguire on, and we have 7 players in the box for a corner kick, 4 minutes from time, and when we're hanging on as well. Blockman says Anthony is crap. I think Anthony was poor for that goal where we conceded on the transition. He gave the ball away cheaply. Jeff saying here, mainly short passing around the penalty area and in and around of traffic in that congested area is amazing. Okay, big shout. Agreement with you, Bath Time from United Philosophy, going to subscribe. Bath Time's right. Mainoo isn't a channel runner. Midfielder, put him alongside high percentage, physical duels winner in a 6 or 8 hybrid role. So he can use his ball carrying. You get the best out of him. So there you go. We're getting that. We get to understand now. Eric Ten Hag on lapses. Oh, more quotes from Eric Ten Hag from Prainer. have to hammer this out on the team. Such mistakes can't happen. What's asked in the moment is leadership. We can't concede such goals. I have mixed feelings and pleased with the team performance. So that's probably what he said tonight, isn't it? I imagine so. Don't put up any rubbish comments, says Hydro. I'm reading your comments, Hydro. Don't, because I've been posted. Oh, he's been posted about Mason Mount. Want to say hi to, what's his name again, Dora?
Palomba Fury, I don't know.
Oh, that's
Why
good.
are you asking?
That's good. Better me. We have
Was that good?
where we belong. Thank you, Talumba, coming on. Talumba, we always love to see you on the show. Thanks for jumping on.
Sorry for butchering your name, Palumba.
You got it right.
No
scoop, but frequented Thompson's. Let's talk about the Belgium, not the Belfast nightclub. No scoop, but frequented Thompson's many nights. I'll be heading back up there for an inside scoop. Maybe find out what brand of tequila Marcus prefers. Okay, so we got it all covered here on the Man United agenda, in cooperation with the Man United philosophy as well. And lastly, to summarize, we're doing okay for a mid-table team. Big T, you're getting on my nerves tonight. You really make me laugh. He's so funny.
Enjoy it. Enjoy it. It was a wonderful, dramatic game of football that killed us. But you got to love the game. And that's
what? Obviously, they scored from a corner, and Kobe was left on his own. Everyone pushed up and thing. But let's just end the show on a good note. And Mr. B, you're beaming, so I'm going to start with you because you did shout the house down. What's going on with this young boy, man? What is going on with this young boy? Jesus Christ.
If I wonder where we would have been. I know he's 18. I know it's his first season, and I know there's going to be a drop-off sometime. But I just wish he wasn't injured. You see that gap between...
Yeah.
Because we saw him in pre-season. Don't forget, we saw him in pre-season. And we were impressed. And we were saying, shit. And then he munched Declan Rice in the game. Kept him completely out of the game. Oh, was it a fluke? Oh, we don't know. And then there was a period where we didn't have him. We just didn't have him. He's come back in. He's definitely earned the trust of Ten Hag. And just to finish like that, everything he just does. It's like everything just slow for him. He's like the Flash.
Yeah.
Flash.
Yeah.
What is it? Flash versus Super. Where he runs past people and he's looking
Speed Force.
Yeah, everything. He's just ice, man. When he's got the ball, when he's passing, he's just calm. He'll spin out. He'll do a little turn. But I mean, he curled the ball. I'm sure he curled the ball past 17 players. To me, it just seemed like it went for ages. Went for ages. And then it nestled in. The noise that I made in my house. I swear, if my missus could have cracked my skull, she would have cracked my skull. But it would have been worth it. It would have been worth it waking up in A&E tomorrow, knowing that it wasn't a dream. That is how you end the game. That is how you end the game. That game had everything. We were happy. We were delighted at halftime. We knew we were going to give away, but we just get to 2 goals. And then for the game to end, Scott to score, I did cheer quietly. Not enough to wake up the missus, but I did cheer.
It's good of you.
And just to end the game like that, I'm not having no negativity. I don't remember one back pass in the game. I don't remember any missed chances in the game. Everything to me is just one big happy haze. And I want it to stay like that until Sunday.
Dora, bath time, round this up, man. This young boy scoring a beautiful goal. And it's clutch as well. Don't forget that. It's all right scoring goals like that. When Mark Hughes scored in a losing goal defeat to Man City years ago, an overhead kick. And people remember it, but it's like we lost the game. To do a clutch goal like that, and one of the best goals this season we've seen, maybe one of the best goals I've ever seen from Man United. I'm saying, I'm being honest. Talk to me, guys.
Someone said, I think girls in our WhatsApp chat are saying that Mainoo is called Stockport Zedorf, and I like that. That's really cool. I mean, what to say? Like, I couldn't even be very happy because I was pissed off after that third goal, because that third goal from Wolverhampton was absolutely abysmal from Anthony and Onana, who is standing there just ball watching. as usual. And I went upstairs and I forgot something, and I started, descending the stairs. And just as I was, trying to get the thing, all of a sudden we score, and I'm in shock. Like I was in shock. Sorry?
You missed it. You missed the goal live.
I missed the goal live because I was so pissed off. And you always I always watch, I watched that abysmal 7-0 game at Anfield, whole game. I was, it was like a torture, but I watched it. And all bad losses and everything. And I was so pissed off because I went upstairs, I turned on my computer, and I went down, and we scored. And it's an absolutely amazing goal from a local lad, from academy youth player, 18-year-old, who is, put in a quite tough situation this season. And a lot of youngsters are, because in this team, because we are playing like shit throughout the whole season. There is, we put out more statements than wins this season, obviously. It's insane how poor Manchester United are with everything that is happening in the club, around the club. And then you see these young kids, from the academy scoring goals, kind of, breaking out and showcasing their worth. And, people are saying, oh, I found out about Mainoo then. I mean, I was actually, doing a watch along of that Youth Cup game under, I think, 20. It was last year or 2 years. It was last year, I think so, when the kids won that cup.
Oh yeah,
Youth FA Cup. Yeah, I was doing a watch along, and I was, what? Sell Paul Pogba, bring this guy, because he's been. Yeah, I know those are kids, but he looked really well, and he was wearing number 6 that game. As Pogba was. And, he didn't have a magnificent game, but he was really good. And you know what? I wanted that. So, yeah, absolutely amazing. I actually rewatched it a few times because I couldn't, as Mr. B was talking about his, his screams and, waking up his missus. Poor lady. But you know what? My family members are, can be sympathetic with your wife, because I'm the same. Me and my brother are just screaming all the time. So, I know that. But yeah, amazing goal, and I hope that in the future we are going to be more balanced, be more calm in the team, as a team, because this game should have ended a lot earlier, in my opinion. But these moments are what and why we love Manchester United. Drama, the United way, scoring in the 100th. What minute was it? I mean, it was 97th minute. Yeah, Fergie time. So great goal. I just hope that after this game, some of these players and the manager, realize this isn't how we can sustain everything, and we start playing better, because we need it.
Brilliant. Bath time. You can finish this off, man, talking about Kobe. And just go into more detail about the technique he used for that goal, because Mr. B's talking about Flash slowing it down, being in the speed force, because he just done everything so perfectly, chop, nuts, and all that kind of thing. And just, the finish. Wow. I mean, talk to me about that young man.
Well, I mean, in the last 2 games, he's executed extremely good strikes from the half space. He did a brilliant one. I know it's just Newport, but I mean, they had a literal farmer that scored against us. He was a farmer 3 years ago, and he's doing Varane. Unbelievable. But it's about balance. That is the sort of thing that I was expecting from Jadon Sancho, to be perfectly honest. Like maneuvering in tight spaces, everyone around you is losing your head, but you're balanced, you manipulate the angle, you curl it around. And like Dora was saying, it's the United way, and we love it. We love the United way. But what I have to say is I hate the Ten Hag way, because that was diabolical that Kobe has to go and win the match like that. We were beyond amateur in the last.
Why? What did you hear? That Omondi said.
I know, and I ignored it.
Ended on a. Yeah, you completely did. This isn't the eye test.
Thank you.
This isn't the eye test. We won the game. We won the game away from home, 4-3 and we scored in the last minute.
Yeah, but
I
how
can't
many
even-
times have we seen this? We saw this with McTominay against Brentford. We saw McTominay nearly win the game against Chelsea or someone
Really?
like that. Yeah,
We won the game, bath time. We won.
nearly can score. We nearly conceded 2
Half
minutes
time.
after half time.
How-
It's the
How
same
much
stuff.
times this season have we scored 4 goals? We've conceded 3 a lot.
Yeah.
How much times have we scored 4
No,
goals?
look, I'm really happy, Mr. B.
No, you're not. No,
I am.
but-
Don't- Look, you're pressing more effective than Man United are, but what I'm saying is that I think we have to look at the fact that we put Mainoo in this position and he answered the call, and it's wonderful. But I don't like what I saw a lot of time tonight, and we have to be balanced. We can't be here just like rubbing everyone off and things.
You can.
Have to acknowledge that it was a bit silly what happened. No one took the ball to the corner. We had too many men up. You've got Varane all match going up to the halfway line, chasing his man around. Like, I understand that everyone is positive, and I'm not trying to bring it down, but you have to accept that Kobe has stepped up and done a piece of brilliance that wasn't
That's what we want to hear.
needed.
Thank
That's
you,
what we
Bob.
want
man.
to hear.
I mean, you can be
Delighted he
happy.
did it.
Yeah, I mean, you can be happy about Kobe Mainoo. I mean, we all know that he's a talented boy, and he obviously, he will be a star in this club. I hope it happens, right? And I'm confident it will happen. But we need to be realistic and see that this game was far from perfect, and you could see that besides the technical things from some players, and some disappointment from the senior players that I saw, I think that the manager needs to look in the mirror and or rewatch this game and actually fix
He's
up.
he's emotionally manipulated Astora tonight. That's what happened. Up
Yeah,
and
but
down and
no,
up
Kobe.
and
Yeah, but
unbelievable.
yeah, it is. But I'm happy about the win. I'm happy about the 3 points. But I can be happy, but I can be a bit realistic as well. So yeah, I'm glad about it. But yeah, it will be tough. We are playing West Ham in 3 days. They draw against Bournemouth, and it will be interesting to see how we we lost against them last time. Yeah,
We're gonna dick us out. Watch.
Do you think we keep the same team that
Yeah,
started?
don't change it. Don't change it. Don't change it. Play the same team again. If everybody's fit, play the same team again.
Oh, Martinez didn't look fit, did he? At the end, he had ice on his foot, which was disappointing.
Yeah, that was a bit worrying.
Oh my God,
Maybe
again.
It's just
Don't say
precautionary.
that.
Guys, last few comments before we sign out, because
Yep.
it's been a good show. Mainoo walks into any Prem team. Biggest compliment I can give him. That's from Big T. Hot Fuzz 44. How you doing? Bath time, sinking the vibes, killing the vibes at the end of the show. No, Mr. B jumped in to that. Yes, bath time. Every time I think I'm disappointed with you, you turn it around and get me back on side. Panelist of the show tonight, bath time, giving you the muscle. Because he agrees with you, bath time. You need a reality check. King Darius, love a bit of smoke. Yep,
Yeah.
he's there for it. Bath time, please. Positive vibes, some shopping solutions.
Look, he's changed
Bringing
his.
us down, and amongst the hysteria, you have to keep it real. And this is what Bath time is saying. Yeah, that breaks it down perfectly as well. Bit disappointment from Hot Fuzz with Anthony for giving the ball away for the third goal.
Call it a pork chop.
Yeah, most certainly. And Andrew Williams, last comment, or is it maybe, last comment for you, Andrew Williams. We shouldn't have given up 3 goals, but we create that number of chances as well. We'll be okay. Guys, tomorrow night, we are doing a preview show for West Ham at the weekend. Games are coming thick and fast. We're happy. We end the show on smiling, delighted with what we saw tonight. And we know it can only improve as well. So, Dora, hopefully we see you very soon. Once again, Dora, I know you're an hour ahead. So it's probably, 12:30 midnight right now?
Yeah, 12:36.
But we love you. We appreciate you. And everyone in the comments does as well. Big up to Dora for coming on and supporting us. She does most match reactions and spices it up for us, and we appreciate that.
Thank you. You
Big
need
up,
to
Mr.
have a
B.
bit of foreign spice. So yeah, I'm glad that I'm bringing that.
Foreign spice. I like that one.
So big up everyone in the comments. Big up to Bath Time. Big up to Mr. B. We'll be back tomorrow about 9 o'clock.
Takeaway?
Yeah, we've got a takeaway tomorrow.
It has to be after that.
Yeah, I'll get Jeff on. I think I'm still gonna be vibes in tomorrow. So yeah, that is 100%. I don't know what time it's going to start, but there's definitely going to be a takeaway tomorrow.
Stay tuned, guys, and I just want to big up Sub Vids again because I'm about to play your outro. This is what you've done for us, Sub Vids. We appreciate this. Check out the outro, guys. We're going to play as long as we can. Look at the graphics. Look at Mr. B taking a corner, and we're going to say good night. Good night.